from Dropbox is listening to our
Well, I wasn't live, so no one knows what I said. Okay,
All right.
so we are back live, and sorry for that. For some reason, my streaming software was just incredibly slow and just taking my entire computer down. I can't wait to get rid of the Mac. It's just s- such a source of frustration the last couple of months. Um, okay, so again, so last session we did the start thing, and the start thing kind of led us to need to authenticate the client, and then while we authenticate the client, have the API client, basically the original backend of the API client, to be available for us. So we kind of needed to talk about pointers and passing by reference and passing by value and so on and so forth. So that was kind of interesting, and it took it took the most of the stream. And today, if we open up our to do here, let's look at our to do. All right, so let's open recent and go to do here. And we inside the refactor, so we have the login already. So you see this, we did. Um, so this we did. So we're working with an interface. We did the moving away from INI to JSON. So now the configuration is a JSON file and not an INI file, because some of the software needs to hold more information than the other. So Jira, you'll need a username, a password, and a domain. And then for Pivotal Tracker, maybe you'll need just an API, an API token. Um, so inside of our refactoring, we my computer is still incredibly
Oh no,
slow. Um, anyway, let's give it a shot. So um, now we are in the so if we look at our CMD, so we have the login, we have the start. So now we need the browse and we need the comment, right?
mm-hmm.
Those were the three commands that we were working with, right? Cool. All right. So then this is this here. So now what we're gonna do is we are going to write the test for the. Um, let's start with the browse. All right.
We haven't refactored the browse yet,
Well,
correct?
the
We're
browse is
writing
not
the test.
there. We deleted the code that was there before.
Okay.
So the browse isn't here. It's no longer with us. So client.go.
No longer with the company.
No. All right. So let's think about the interface for this. Hello, Rodsky. How are you, man? Um, I wrote some Python today, and I thought about you, Rodsky.
The Python guy.
Well, I wrote quite a bit of Python today. Um, okay, so let's think about the um, the interface for the browse. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So the interface for the browse basically needs to accept an input of a branch name
Okay.
and then output um, a string, which is the URL.
Okay.
All right. So this is what the interface is going to look like. It's going to be browse, which is going to accept a branch name, which is going to be a string. And it's going to return a string and an error. Right?
Okay.
Cool. So now we can add that to our fake client here. Right? And then we are going to say here, so test, no. So S, which is the client suite, and then test browse. And then this is C of C. Cool. So now we're gonna start our client. And then what we're gonna do. All right, so the implementation here is a bit involved. Because it's gonna require us to change the internal implementation of client a bit. Do you already see why, or am I jumping ahead?
No. Can you explain a little bit?
Okay, so think about, instead of me thinking about what do I need to do, you do it. Right now I'm being lazy. I'm telling you, look, you have the client, right? So this is the Jira client. Let me open up the Jira client here. Right, so this is error here. And let me open up the Jira client. So jira.go. My computer is still extremely slow, but we'll see what happens. All right, so now here, look at like the implementation here.
This is Jira client, right? On the left hand side, this
Yeah,
is Jira client.
on the left hand side, this is the Jira client. And now you need to write a function that will accept the branch name and then will output a string, which is the URL to go to. You have to put on headphones. You have to.
The headphone is on.
Yeah, so I'm hearing echo.
You're hearing echo right now?
Yeah. So
let me re-plug in my ear. Is that better?
well, I don't know. We'll see. So you need to write that function, right? You need to write the function that will hold on to the Jira client, and then will return the URL. Yeah.
So I'm just trying to refresh like my mindset here. So we want to implement the browse that's specific to Jira client, right?
Yeah.
So first, my question is, should this be like a separate file, or should this function be implemented inside of the Jira client file?
Well, it should be in the Jira client file, but what I'm saying is beyond that, and don't try to go beyond. Don't try to like file or what the parameter name should be, right? Think
Right.
about what are the things that are available to me in terms of inputs, right? I'm telling you, I am giving you one input, and that input is the branch name.
Right. So we've been through this route before, right? Nothing should be different than when we implemented the last time. Only now that this is, to my understanding, we're just moving code around, but it's the same
All
code
right. This
essentially.
is this is because you don't. Let me do it, and then you'll see what the problems are. Okay. Okay. So start. Let's start with that. All right. So now here we do client, which is a fake client, and we say the branch name is this, so it's gonna feature, and this is fake 1111, and then some issue title for some reason. It doesn't really matter because I'm gonna fake the entire test. All I'm testing here is that it's instantiated the right client, right?
Okay.
And then what I'm gonna say is that URL and error equals to browse and branch name,
Okay.
right? And then what I'm gonna assert, c dot assert that URL equals to https www.fake.com fake 1111. So now this will return https www.fake.com fake 1111 and nil. Right? So then this is here. All right. So now we are going to the client.go. And here we're going to have browse, which accepts a client and accepts a branch name.
Mm-hmm.
And what it returns is a string and an error. Hi, Dimitri. Welcome back. And then all it does is returns client.browse and a branch name. Okay.
Okay. So question here for you. What is the point of having another browse defined in the test suite? Like
Well, the
function.
test is the client. Is a fake client. I'm just passing a fake client to not instantiate
Okay.
any of the clients.
Okay. Oh, I see. I see. All right. But when we run the test, is it actually using the test suite browse, or is it using the browse that we're implementing right now?
No, the test suite browse. The reason I'm implementing this right now is because otherwise it will not build. So this will return an empty string and nil.
Okay.
Okay. It's going well, Dimitri. Thank you. Going well. All right. So now we're gonna do go test.
It should pass, right?
It should pass. Yes.
Because we have a fake browse in the test suite,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
doesn't
All I'm
do
all
anything.
I'm doing in the test suite is testing the implementation of the interaction with the generic client,
Mm-hmm.
right? The internal client is different, right? So that all right. So something is going on. Client. Oh, okay. So this here, let's exit this. And then here, this is client. And this is string. Rodsky, you can see I wrote Python today by how I write my Go code today. Okay, so go test. Not enough argument. Not enough argument. So this is client, 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 and client test.go line 50. So client test.go line 50. So this is browse, and it needs the client, which is correct. Go test, and now the test should pass. All right, and what you can see is if I return like 112 here, you know, for example, then the test will fail, which means that we're testing the right interaction, and at least for that, you know, the test is good. All right. So this is good. And,
Sure.
And now we are in Jira.go. And in Jira.go, when we have the branch name, what we need here, and this is exactly what I'm trying to kind of communicate here, is that what I need is I need the loaded config, right? But the loaded config is not available outside of the authenticate method.
Okay.
So authenticate, you see here you have fields.
Right.
Right? So one way to, right, because I need the domain here. I need the Jira domain. Do you see what I'm telling you? So, and I don't have it here. I only have the branch name. I don't have anything else in the client. Right?
Because the client doesn't know the loaded config.
Yeah. So config here is going to be a map of string and string.
Okay, so we just added to the Jira client.
Right, and then here j.config is going to be fields. Okay.
Oh, okay. So this is where we got stuck last night. I remember. G.client equals Jira client. Yeah.
Wait, Rodsky, does Go deal with interfaces? We had a long discussions about that yesterday. Go check the video out later if you want. Okay. So now we have the fields here. We have the config. And what we can do is we can use the config here in order to compose our issue ID, right? So for that, what I want to do is I want to add a test. Okay? So here's what I'm going to do. I can sense a question coming. Go.
Yeah, so like I just don't I'm still confused in the test suite, like what we do.
It's just creating a fake class. We're just creating a fake client.
No, but like in the test suite, we also have a function called browse.
Yes.
You know, and then when we test, we're testing the function inside of the test suite. So how can we test the actual implementation?
Well, so here's the deal, right? So you see this is Jira.go, and it has a browse method, and that method accepts a branch name.
Okay, yeah. So
but then we have a file called client.go, and that client also has a browse method, but it accepts a client and a branch name, and then it calls the client.browse only with the branch name.
Right. This is client.go.
Yes.
No. This is client.
This is client.go. Kraken W, hi man, how are you? I assume man. Sorry. Didn't mean to. Um, all right. So in our test suite, if we go to client-test.go, then when we do the browse here, this is the browse method on our fake client. And then we test the browse method here on the client, right? And we pass in the client, which is the fake client.
Okay. So this test not doing anything. This is
Well,
just like
it's
forward.
only testing is that we are calling the right method on the generic client to the client, right? All this
Ah,
method is testing is that we're calling the correct method on the client, because this browse could also be calling, start. You know what I'm saying?
got it. Got it. I
So
see.
all this is testing the interaction,
Okay, this is testing interaction. We're not yet testing
the
the
implementation.
implementation
Exactly.
because implementation is a different test file. It's in a
Exactly.
different test
Well,
suite.
it's not. We didn't do it yet, so now we're gonna do it. Okay, so this is go test class, and then this is Gong testing Jira client, and test browse. All right, and then this is here. Cool. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna say Jira client equals to new. What is going on? This Jira client, right? And then config is going to be config, and we don't really need the Jira client here. We only need the config. So config is going to be a map of string and string, and it's going to be what do we have? A domain? What are our auth fields? So domain, yes. So domain is going to be https fake.atlassian.net. Right, this is all we need for this method. Cool. And now we're going to say Jira client.browse, and we're going to pass a branch name called feature fake 1111, right?
Okay.
And then something, right? So this is URL and error. Okay, so test browse with correct config, right? And then here we see dot assert error equals nil, and c dot assert URL equals to https fake.atlassian.net browse fake 1111. Okay?
Okay.
So this test should and will fail. How come I always do it? Okay, so then this is here. It's like the same mistake all over again, every single time. Okay, so the test failed. You can see we expected this and we got that. Okay. So now here, here's what we're going to do. Okay, so just 1 second. I'm gonna bring back the where is our browse, by the way? Oh, actually, oh man, our last code was so not good. Okay, so
Why?
let's no, it doesn't really matter. Get issue ID, branch name. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna copy the. Where is the browse here? Okay, so this is this, and then go import. So let's import regex, must compile here, and then this one, so matches. Okay. So then here, if len matches is 0, then we're going to return an empty string and errors dot new could not find issue ID regex in the branch name.
Okay.
All right. So this is one. And if not, then the issue ID equals to matches 0, right?
Yep.
And then the URL equals to. Yep, Rodsky, what's your questions? To fumpt dot sprint. I don't know why that amuses me so much. And then to j.config domain, right? And then this is going to be s, and then browse, and then issue ID. So j.config domain, and then issue ID, right? And one other thing that we need to check.
Wait, don't we need to return? Oh, okay. Yeah, don't we need to return the URL?
We do. So we are going to return a URL and nil. Right? One more thing that we need to check here is that if config domain, right? Check map has key Golang. So what I want to check is that okay, so we're gonna do this domain to config domain, and then this is going to be domain, and then if not okay, then return this and errors dot new could not locate domain in config. Okay, so now go test. Could not read property parent of undefined. Well, that's pretty self-explanatory. So go imports. Okay, so now this. Jira.go line 28 undefined config, and this is obvious, so j.config go test. Okay, did you see that?
But so it's passing? Can I see the test suite code again?
Yeah, so just 1 second. Let's add a bit of code here. Okay, so now this is good, right? So now what we're going to do.
Okay.
What?
What's the okay?
Okay means all the tests pass. Oh, you mean in the Go code?
Yeah, like why you added that like a minute ago?
Yeah,
I
just
didn't
1 second.
understand.
So this is incorrect config, and now I'm gonna pass to the incorrect config. I'm gonna pass an empty config, right? And then I'm gonna say that Jira client.browse, and I'm gonna say this, and now I'm gonna assert that URL equals to this. And let's see how I assert c dot assert not equals. So let's see how we do that. Let me just put the browser here on the screen. All right. So equal Golang. So this is testify. That's not what I want. So what I want is go check. So this is go check, and then we have equals. So let's see what kind of comparison we have. Assertions. So we have is nil. Not. Let's see if we have a not. Okay. So we have equals and we don't have not equals. This is kind of stupid. Then not nil checker. Okay, so I see not nil. Let's check. So c dot assert equals not nil. So now go test. What's going on? Oh, so this is not equals. This is not nil. Go test. Okay. So now this is good, right? So now we see that the domain is good. And now what we can do is test browse with correct config, but incorrect branch name.
Okay.
Right? So Rodsky, I'm not ignoring you. I'm just you've given me the 3 lines of code, but this code is likely the node.parent. This is the interior, and the problem is likely with what you're passing in and not with Cheerio itself. So I just need more context. It's really hard. I want to help, but it's really hard if you just give me 2 lines of code. Okay, so now this is the correct config. So I'm gonna pass in this config, which is clearly correct, right? Because we have it in the previous test. But now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say this is the branch name, right? So feature something something with no issue ID. So then I'm gonna do go test this. Right, so this passes
And the
as well.
wait a second. So test browse with correct config, but so the URL will only come out if everything is correct. Basically, that's what we're requesting.
Yep.
Otherwise, it's an empty string. Okay.
Okay, cool. So you see test client, 8 passed, test Jira client passed, and we are golden. Okay?
Okay.
So go test. Pass. Cool. And so actually now that we are here, I don't need this anymore. I can just go do go test. And it's gonna run this. That's awesome. Okay, cool. So put the code in a gist, and then I'll take a look at it, Trotsky. All right. So now we are in cmd main.go here, and we are going to create a new command here, right? And this command is going to be browse. Right, so here it is. So this is browse, and then browse to the Jira URL of the branch you are working on. I guess we can do better in documentation here. Right, so then we need to extract the branch name from this. So we are going to grab the branch name from Git, right? So
Right.
let's remove all of this.
We have the old code that works, right? It
Yeah.
should be the same.
Yeah. So this is the branch name. Okay.
Okay.
So we get the CMD is Git, and then we ref parse and head, and then we have a branch name here as a string. Get authenticated, new authenticated client. So then we have it here. So then this is client, and then new authenticated client. And again, error. So here we can do this. And so now we do client dot browse, and we're going to pass in the branch name, or actually we do browse and gong dot browse and client and branch name, and this is going to return URL and an error. I don't know what happened.
So
Someone followed.
This is gong.browse.
Okay, so this is gong.browse, and then again, if error is this, then we're going to print it. Otherwise, we are going to open
Open.
a URL. Right, so this is open. This, and we return nil. And this is not issue URL, but URL. Right?
Okay.
So now we can do cd cmd gong and go build. So let's go imports here, which we're likely missing. And then here, and go imports. Okay, so we have this, and then go build. All right, so let's do cd git. So git checkout -b feature fake 1111 some feature. And then let's do gong browse.
Does it work?
And it does. Okay.
Live EDU is so much delayed. It's literally delayed by like 20 seconds.
All right. So
now the browser is like showing for me right now.
All right. So this is working. And let's fix our to-do a bit here. So let's and now the next thing on the list is gong comment, right?
Okay.
So git checkout feature. This. So browse command complete. All right, so let's try and help Rodsky here. Let's see what he has. Okay, so first I see you're on JavaScript now. All right, so here. So no dot parent var old parent cannot read property parent of undefined. Okay. So this brings you from parse line. No, this is. So this code is yours, line 12 and then line 55. So element.find. Yeah, you're doing the same thing. You're doing the same exact thing. So you say here element.find span item prop price dot text, and sometimes you just don't have that. Or you do description, or this one element.find announce.find.first.text. This is very brittle, very, very brittle. So your problem is that you're at any point in the dot, and this is called what is it called in Ruby? I guess it's the dot hell or something, where you do something object dot another object dot another object dot another object, and at any moment in time one of those dots can return a nil, right? So object dot another method, that another object on the way here is nil, so it's not there. So when you do dot some method on it, it's just not there. So your problem is here, definitely. It's just something here is nil, either the title or the price, and then the dot text is returning nil. But I am betting it's here. So element.find announce title, and then .find h2 .first .text. I would bet it's here. That's the only thing I can think of. So although this is the error message, this is called a red herring. It's here. Don't look at Cheerio. The problem is not in Cheerio. The problem is here. And you basically took the same mistake you did in Python land and you did in JS land. Okay, so we are here and we are in the browse command complete. And the browse command complete is this commit. So we are looking good. Our code is looking much better than before. All right, so for today we only have 10 more minutes. So let's you want to try and do the commit?
You
The
mean comment?
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 The comment, yes.
Yeah.
Um, okay. Sure, Rodsky, my pleasure. And I told you before, whenever you deal with scraping of a web page that you don't have control over, you have to be really, really defensive about what you reference. So at any point in time, one of them cannot be there, right? You don't know how good the engineers there are, and how, whether it's a template or they have this, some sort of condition to only put the title there if it's over 30 characters, right? You just don't know. So you have to be really defensive about how you follow the path. Okay, so now we have browse. And what we can do now is we can do comment. And comment is actually very similar to browse. Here. Here. And then we have the branch name, and then the authenticated client, and then instead of browse, we do comment. So gong.comment, and then client, and then comment, right? And comment, what I want to do is I want to accept stdin. Read stdin Golang. Let's see what we have here. Okay, so let me show the browser here, just because I think, what I search for is relevant. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is read stdin from to a string. So I can, comment with I can comment with echo, or I can comment with whatever. Easily read lines. So read line, OS stdin. But I don't want each line. I want the entire string. Why is it behind the logging? Okay, IOUtil read all stdin, and then we have a string byte. Cool. So we can actually test this before we implement that. Okay, so let's do this. And then here. So let's remove all of these. Wait. So save this here for a minute. And then line 29 up, paste this here. Okay.
How is this different from what we did before? I don't understand.
Well, before we accepted a parameter, I don't want to accept a parameter anymore.
So how would that differ when we actually do the command line?
You'll see. Okay, so then error, and then we'll do color.red could not read stdin, and then go imports here, and then return error, And here we are going to do this string to bytes. So comment is going to be string to of bytes. And then let's just fmt.print line comment. And let's make sure we have this in the Go imports. All right, so let's build this. And let's do gong. Cd cmd gong. So go build. Missing return. So return nil here. And let's build. All right, so now gong comment. Gong. Oh, damn, we called browse. So this is comment. Okay, so go build. And then gong comment. Okay, so you see it's waiting for me to do something.
Oh, okay. So this is what std in and out. So, but like if you type something, and
So
then you
echo,
do enter.
this is my comment. And then you pipe it into gong login. Comment. Okay.
Does it work?
Yeah, it's, you see, this is my comment.
Well, I can't see the browser, so.
No, you need to look at the SSH. You don't need the browser. You see, just look here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I see that.
So now
you're just doing print line right now. That's why.
Yeah. So now if I do vim long comment .txt, for example, right?
Okay.
Then what I can do is this is a long comment. You see, I like print a big comment, and then I can cat this.
And then pipe it.
And then pipe it into gong comment. And here is the comment.
Got it. Cool.
Right? And I can do git diff. Right? And then pipe this into gong comment. You know what I'm saying?
That's interesting.
So you see,
that's very interesting. I haven't thought about that. That's very interesting.
So this is really nice. So now we can kind of continue down this path. So we have the comment here, and what we need now is the branch name. So we can grab the same way we grab the branch name here. So for now, we're going to duplicate this code, but obviously we're not going to duplicate this code. We're going to refactor this in the next session. So then here we are going to return nil. So then here we have a client. We have a new authenticated client. So now we're going to comment. So this is gong.comment. And we pass in the client and we pass in the comment. And we actually need to pass in the branch name as well. Right?
Yep.
So then this is error. And then error to this. All right. And let's give it a shot. I have 5 more minutes, so let's give it a shot and try to finish this. So now what I want to show you really more than anything is, people think that TDD is slowing people down.
Well, not with you.
No, but what I'm saying is this is a common argument. right?
Uh-huh.
So I want to do something fun. Are you down?
I'm down. I'm down for everything, man.
Okay. So I want to do something fun because I have literally 10 minutes. So this
What? Are you showing something on your browser again? Because I can't see
on my
shit.
camera.
I can't see anything that's happening on your camera.
You see? Okay, so
Oh,
now let's do
I don't
this.
see.
Start. No.
All right,
Here.
10 minutes.
Start.
Now I see.
Okay, cool. So now we'll go to client. So actually what I need first is to do all of this code, and here I need to comment this out because it will not allow my my code to build. So I'm gonna comment this out, and then I'm gonna do go build to make sure I still build and I'm in a good state. And FMT and IOUtil are not being used, so we don't need them here. So we're gonna remove them, and let's see if we build. So, and we do. So now let's go to client test.go, and we are going to add a function here. So this is going to be a comment. What? Comment. And this is going to accept a branch name and oh man, a branch name and a comment, which both of them are string, and this is going to return not 6, but it's going to return an error. Okay, and this is going to return nil, so we're going to test the interaction here. So then here we're going to duplicate this code, and my computer is being slow, so it's giving me a heart attack. Right, so this is here. So here, all of this. So this is browse comment, and then fake client, and then the branch name comment is, this is a sample comment, and then accepts the branch name and the comment, and this only returns an error. Kraken W is asking on live edu if I have a full-time job, and the answer to that is yes. So c.assert that error is, what was it? Not nil? What was it before? Not nil. Cool. So this is here, and go test. Testing. Failed. Good. That's what we want. So let's do it here. So what's going on? Error. So this is here. So go test. Again, testing. Failed. Come on, fail, so I can continue. Failed. Good. So now client.go, and we are going to add a comment, which is going to accept a branch name and a comment, which are string, and it's going to return an error. And then here, this is going to be func comment, which is going to accept a client, which is a client. And it's going to accept a branch name, oh man, and a comment, which is a string, and it's going to return an error. So then we can close this, and then you see how slow my computer is. So this is this, and then here this is comment. And then this is going to call client.comment of branch name and comment. And now in Jira, here we are going to add here
Comment.
yeah. Man, dude, my computer is literally all right. So comment
Too much
and
porn, man.
then branch name and a comment, which are strings, and then this is going to return an error, and then here we're going to close this and we're going to return nil just to have our interface, and then go test. Now let's see what's happening. So undefined error. So I'm doing the same mistake all over again, and go test. And client.comment comment is branch name and comment, which is a string, and returns an error. So this is line 11 up, needs to return, and go test. Okay, so undefined type string has no field or method comment. So so this is wrong, and go test. Doom 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 doom. Oh, actually, I'm testing wrong. So client test. So this error should be nil. So error equals to nil. So this is the correct.
Freezing.
Yeah, you see, it's like it's impossible. So go test. It's all the OBS. It's this software that is just Kev Burns, how are you, man? So it's not nil, it's nil, and go test. So now we should be good, and 1, 2, 3. We are. All right. So we are passing. So now here we are in Jira. And we're going to do this. So where is our comment? Comment here. So we're going to do this. No, this is not this. So Jira.go. And then here we are going to have this. So then comment is here. Comment. And then Jira client.issue.add comment issue ID. And then we can grab this and make it function, which is get issue ID, and then paste this in. So line 11 down, do this, and then do this, paste this, and then right, so then this, and line 20, so line 15 up, this, and then otherwise return matches 0, so this will return a string. So then here this is this, and this will accept a branch name, which is a string. So now issue ID equals to get branch name of branch. So get issue ID of branch name here, and then return error. All right, so then find all string branch name, get issue ID. Good. So here, this is this, this is this, and then here this is issue ID equals to get issue ID branch name. So now our code is simpler. And we can also do if issue ID is this, then return this, and errors dot new to could not find issue ID in the branch name. All right, so Omni2781 is asking, hello again, what do you think about 2 or 3 monitors for work? What is your preference and what is better? So what I have set up at home is I have a 30-inch monitor, 2560 by 1600. I have another one on the left side, 24-inch, which is set up vertically. And on the left side, on the right side, I have the Mac. And I love this setup. What I would do is I would go to 3 24 inches horizontally, all of them. I think it's better than one big one and then another one which is vertical and then the Mac. I would put the Mac folded and then just use the screens. All right, so then we are here, and then here. So cmd gong main.go, and then here we can, let's do 30 lines up. So we can do that. And go build. All right, so jira.go line 38. 38 is comment is jira.comment. Jira.comment, this is j.client. And this is Jira comment, and then here I don't pass the string comment, I pass in the Jira comment. Yeah, 31080p 24. I think it's great. 41 errors. So this is issue ID, build, and then go imports, line 56.
So that's a typo. Triple R.
Build. Oh, it's errors. Build. Undefined audio util. Go imports. And then here, go imports. Build. And then 158. So 158 is this. Build.
Done.
And then git branch, git checkout. Let's do this. and then echo pipe to gong comment. Request failed. Please analyze. Status code 404. That's actually expected. Because I don't have the right configuration for the domain. So that's actually expected. But we are done. So where are we? Okay. So tell that to your boss the next time he's telling you that TDD is slowing you down.
Yeah, my boss quit.
Okay, so I have to go because I have another call.
All right, man.
And thank you all for being in the stream. And I'm sorry that I don't have Kev Burns. If this is your workspace, it's awesome. Where do you live, by the way? So we will see you tomorrow. And thank you for being with us. And see you tomorrow. Bye.
All right, bye.